Afternoon, guys. Let's get this started. Just want to acknowledge some milestones as we normally do to start the Zoom, and then we'll get on to business. So we've got a couple of 50th games on this weekend. Nathan May in the field and Jason Swartz in the goal. Couple of 200 games, so a couple of decent milestones for Josh Johnson and Bo Gurdon, both field umpires. And geez, only seemed like yesterday that Bo started, so he's notched up 200 pretty quick. And we've got a big 500 up for John Biggs in the goals. So well done to all you guys. And some decent milestones there. All right, this weekend we've got the Umpires Appreciation Round. It's in conjunction with the AFL Community Umpiring Week. So we're going to do what we've done in the past. And before every men's and women's game, it's A grade, B grade, C grade. All players that line up in the middle and shake the hands of the umpires as well as the opposition players. I think it's what happens in some soccer games or other sports, but every game. But for us, we'll do it just for the Umpires Appreciation Round at the moment, and it's worked well in the past. And so I'll send out with the coaching notes just instructions on how to do that. But for you guys that have been umpiring in the past, you will know what that's all about, and just make sure that we do that for every game this week. As part of the whole umpire appreciation round and the AFL's community umpiring week, we're going to have some AFL umpires this Wednesday night at training. Unfortunately, we had a field umpire, Curtis Du Bois, but he's sick, so he won't be able to make it. But we've got 3 AFL boundary umpires, Matt Konecka, Michael Baker, and Sean Burton. And we've got a couple of AFL goal umpires, Daniel Hoskin and Peter Challen at training. So always a great night when those guys come out. And, we want to see everyone there on the track this week to be a part of that. The Umpires Association's going to have a free barbecue with the meat that they bought a month ago, which we'll make sure we have the actual barbecue there this week. So the food will be free, and bring along some money for a drink or two, the $5 beers and $2 soft drinks, so some cheap drinks on behalf of the Umpires Association. And it'll be a good night this Wednesday night. Now, I saw Howard Noble just join the Zoom. Howard, you might want to get your email ready, because I know you're the first one that came off the rank. We've got a very kind invitation from John Kernham for the next Carbine Club luncheon. It's on Friday, May the 19th, so that's Friday week. At the Moorfield Racecourse, got Damien Oliver speaking, champion jockey, and Marty Fields, comedian, and Terry McAuliffe will be emceeing. So if you are keen to go to that lunch, there's 10 spots up for grabs. Shoot me an email. If I get more than 10, which I guess I will, I'll make it priority for those that haven't been before. And a couple of the likes of Peter Angel and Ray Roberts will get priority, but we'll find that 10 to attend that. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email. And I'm expecting Howard's probably, you've got your email coming.
As we speak. Thanks for the shout out.
This year, but in the past, I've had your trouble accepting your appointment, but never in trouble accepting the Carbine Club lunch.
Not so.
No, all good. So
thanks, Colin.
Yeah. Hey, Howard, while you're there, just tell everyone what the Carbine Club is like for those that haven't been before.
Well, it's not great, and I wouldn't really encourage too many guys. No, it's a magnificent day out if you have the opportunity to do it and have the time. They put on a fantastic show. It's all for a very good cause, and a lot of personalities, sporting and otherwise. It's a good business networking opportunity. There's various very good upsides to it, and we're pretty lucky, I think, to get the opportunity to go along. So no, definitely one to put on the list if you can make it.
And you know what? There's two guys have already jumped ahead of you and sent me an email. So Rob Bindler and Ian Gore already got in.
There you go.
I mean, just to highlight how generous it is, I think it's $150 a head gig. So it is fantastic gesture from John Kernaghan. He does it every year, and we've got another one coming up. So feel free to send express some interest through, and as I said, if we've got more than 10, which I'm sure we will, I'll just sort through them and give priority to those that haven't been before. But if you have been before, want to go, feel free to send me an email anyway. All right.
Well, I suggest if Howard goes, he needs to have the day off the following day.
Too bad. The following day is an umpiring day. You got no day off.
That is the pot calling the kettle black. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Talking from a couple of experienced carbine club goers. All right. Let's get on to the coaching video. Oh, and before we do, any questions or anything from the weekend that anyone wants to raise? No? Otherwise, we'll get straight into the coaching video. Okay, let's get into the video. Just bear with me while I get my technology right. So the video tonight is on tackling. And here we are. All right, there we go. So we've got 3 what's your decisions to start with. Howard, just unmute yourself. If you're going to be a chance of going to luncheon, you've got to get the first one right here. So Howard, there you are. All right.
Yep. Okay. Oh,
here you go.
Yeah. The pressure's on.
It is. Go for it. You haven't looked at it before?
No, I haven't. So first time.
All right.
Could be a bit sketchy.
All right. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to blame the buffering on the video, but it looks like he jumped on it to me and didn't really make a realistic attempt to try and get it out. So I'd probably be holding the ball.
All right. So a couple of things about that. You need to get on the video before and have a good look so you don't have those sketchy problems.
Okay.
And 2, there are too many hands on this one for it to be a holding the ball. So, yes, he tends to jump on it, but by the end of that scrimmage, there's multiple hands. And at one point, the guy that grabs hold of it initially tries to get to his feet. There's too much there to really blame anyone for that scrimmage. So it's a ball up to the right decision. The only thing that potentially I thought someone might say there could have been a high tackle in there if you saw a high tackle.
Couldn't see that. No.
An error on the side of the ball player, free kick would have been fine. But there wasn't a lot there. So I'm quite comfortable with that one being a ball up. Bad luck, Howard. Send me an email just in case there's not 10 put there.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Okay. Maybe we'll try to pick on someone that hasn't done it before. Andrew Story online. Good to see you here, mate. Well, I can't see you, but I just know that you're there. You can have the second one. So that's one finish.
Yeah, I've got the same buffering problem, but we'll see.
Yeah, all right. See how you go here. All right, what'd you make of that?
Well, it was quite a long one, and by the end, the guy on the red Guernsey picks the ball up. He doesn't have a prior opportunity, gets tackled, spills out. Play on, I would say.
All right. This is a really interesting one. Anyone else want to put their thoughts through on that one?
Yeah, Colin. Had a look at the video. I don't think the player from Flinders Park had control of the ball when he was tackled, and also he was tackled high as well. So it's a free kick on both counts, holding the man and high tackle.
All right, thanks, Dave. Anyone else want to have a crack?
Yeah, Colin, I will, mate. I'm going to say player took possession, realised they were going to get tackled, dropped the ball on purpose, holding the ball.
So we've had 3 different responses, 3 different answers. So that's why I said it's a really interesting one. And if anyone saw the Crows game on the weekend, right near the end, Ben Keys in the goal square, there was probably a similar incident, but not exactly the same. And that's the thing about our footy, is that we do get these 50-50 calls. And so my reading on this one is he is tackled immediately. There is no prior opportunity. In my opinion, the ball spills free. So that's different to Michael. If you deem that he deliberately drops it, it's holding the ball. I don't see it in this case, but if that's what you see, then it's holding the ball. The next part is, so if you think that it has spilt free with no prior opportunity, it's the guy is entitled to be tackled initially. Does the tackle hold too long? And so the umpire's paid holding on, and because he feels like the tackle held on too long. And I'm actually happy to back that up. Erring on the side of the ball player in this instance, I'm more than happy with a holding the man free kick. I'm not sure about over the shoulder. I have to have a look at that, Dave, but I'm happy with a holding the man. So if you think that he lets go of the tackle in time, then it is play on, as Andrew said. So it's just important we get the process right here. So has he had a prior opportunity? We all agree no. Does the ball spill free, or does he drop it? If you believe he drops it, it's holding the ball. If you believe that it's spilt free, it's play on. And then the player who's tackling, does he hold on too long and take him to ground in this case? And if you think yes, it's a free kick.
I think it's a bit marginal like that, Cole. I think, and the ball's spilled out and you're not sure whether he's dropped it or not. I think you're better off calling play on, because otherwise you can sort of compound the problem, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I understand, and I didn't see that as holding the ball, but I can understand why you could, as long as you've got an explanation for it and understanding of it. You see, the problem with these type of examples are, I could give you my opinion on what's right here, but you could get a very, very similar example coming up this weekend, and it'd be a different outcome, because you could get a player deliberately drop the ball in that instance and look very similar, and it should be a free kick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And my take on the Ben Keys one, even though I'm a Crows supporter and they're all crying out for holding on, I think with that one, you could even say he dropped the ball in that instance. I'm happy with play on because it's built free with no prior. But then the tackle, I don't think lingered long enough for it to be holding on. So I actually think Nathan Williamson, who was the umpire, got it right in calling that one play on. But the difference between the Crows one and that one is so minute. It really is. You are going to get these 50-50 calls during a game. It's important you just understand your rules, you know your processes. And if it is 50-50 that you are on the side of the ball player, you're probably not going to no one's going to lose any sleep over it. So if Nathan Williamson had decided to call it holding on, then it wouldn't have been a totally wrong decision. This one here, I think that the tackler holds on a little longer than what happened in the Crows game, and therefore I think this one is right, and I'm more than comfortable with what happened in the Crows game too. Does that all make sense? As I said, really, really interesting example, and just shows you how difficult our game can be to umpire at times. If anyone's got any further comments or questions, otherwise we'll move on.
Yeah, I didn't see the video, but just from the explanation, what everybody's been talking about, what I do a lot, and I'm not sure if other umpires do it as well, in tackles, in those 50-50 shade of grey holding the ball situations, I do say a lot through the process of the game, it's been knocked out in the tackle or knocked out in the tackle. If it's not like, if it's not instinctive to me that it's a holding the ball or holding the man, and it just feels like in a tackle it's just been knocked out, and it could look for most people that it's like dropping the ball or whatever. I do say a lot, knocked out the tackle, and I get a good general response from the players with that. So I'm just wondering if...
I have a problem with that. When they're standing up and there's no prior opportunity and it comes loose, I think more often than not it is a play-on situation. But you will also get examples where you can clearly see the player chooses just to let go of it. And I actually think in AFL, it's a bit of a trend now where they are starting to do that because they realise they're going to get pinged if they hold on to it too long, and they're better just to let it go. So, it's a tough game. It's a really tough game. My comment about erring on the side of playing holding the ball is more regarding when the player's on the ground and the pack develops. They're the ones that are really, if you're in any doubt, just play the holding the ball. But these ones, yes, I'm totally comfortable with playing in those scenarios, erring on the side of the ball player, if that all makes sense. All right, we can talk about this one all day, but we'll move on. Adrian Truan, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, mate.
All right. Have you watched the video yet?
Yeah, I did before. Yeah.
Oh, good boy. Well done. All right, give us your thoughts on the next one. Another really quite interesting one, the next one coming up. Adam Forster's on the line, so you're under pressure from the umpire.
Perfect. So this one here, I think the player looks at the oncoming player and chose to duck. So I'd probably say play on.
All right. I thought we might get someone saying that. I'm going to say there are times where you do call play on because they choose to duck. If you actually go back and have a look at it, in this one here, he fumbles the ball somewhat. So he needs to put his head down to keep contesting the ball. And this is a real case of erring on the side of the ball player. I think this one has to be paid. I think Adam got it right. I can see why you thought that, but I don't. On the weekend, with these high contacts, if you're in any doubt, just pay the high tackle.
Yeah.
Keep those play on calls if they duck their head to the really obvious ones, if that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Cheers, mate. Any more comments or questions on any of those three before we move on to the rest of the video? Okay, as I normally do, I'll just roll through the rest of one. I'll make a few comments, and if anyone's got any questions or comments, we'll leave it to the end. But the topic on this video is tackling. So one of the big questions in regard to holding the ball is, have they had a chance to handle or kick? So in these examples here, they have had, and then they're therefore tackled legally, and there's no handball or kick. So he tries to evade and could have tried to get a handball out. And at the end of the day, well, you could say he drops the ball, but even if he hasn't, his first effort to get a handball out, it wasn't there. So this one here receives a handball. Probably not a lot of time to get a kick in there, but you could say he had a chance to handball, so he has had a chance to handball or kick. And therefore, legal tackle, ball spills loose and doesn't get the handball or kick, so holding the ball was right. Right decision. So one of the big themes of these coaching videos is just react to the obvious and blatant. This one here, these are the type of decisions that just stick out. And so these are ones you're really waiting for. You're going to get those 50-50 calls, but most of our free kicks in our game are going to be the obvious and blatant ones. So don't go looking for them. They'll stick out and you'll be, you'll need to pay the obvious and blatant ones. So this one here again, he's clearly had a chance to handle a kick. Like we tackle you need to get here quickly for these scenarios. Is the thing that players like to do is rub their faces in that, which I hate. You just need to be aware that sometimes do that, getting quick to control the situation. And this free kick here had a chance to handle or kick. Ball spills free without the handball or kick, so that's a clear holding the ball. And Sarah's done well to pick up the obvious free kick and then get the set kick set up. So another question that you should be thinking in these holding the ball scenarios, have they tried to fend off? The moment they try to fend off, that's their prior opportunity. So there is a lot of chance to handle or kick here, but puts the arm out to try and fend off the tackler, and therefore Matt, who loves playing a holding the ball, he got that one right. Okay, so hold the whistle to see if there's a genuine attempt, and if there isn't, make sure we pay the free kick. So there's not a lot of prior opportunity there, but there's no genuine intent, and then just lets go of the ball. So Mark rightfully penalises. No need for a free kick if there's nothing obvious and blatant. So we talked about that last week with the react to what happens. So good passage of play where nothing really obvious happens. No high tackle, no prior opportunity, ball held in, clear ball up. They just let it unfold. Similarly here, not looking for any free kicks. Ball comes free, letting it go. And in the end, we didn't have to ball it up there because we just let it unfold. No 15 metres. So just good reactive decision making. Need to protect the ball player. You want to move to see the head and shoulders so we don't miss any obvious free kicks. So if you miss that arm over the shoulder, that's where they start to just take things into their own hands. But you want to be able to see the ball player's head and shoulders so you can pick up those free kicks. And similarly here, arm over the shoulder. That's why when you're in control of the play, you should never be walking or standing still. Always moving, because you get a player in the way of those and you miss those free kicks. If you're going to err on the side of the ball player, no one gets concerned when you do that. So with this one here, does he land in his back or not? Rewarding the ball player in that instance is not a problem at all. And you could argue perhaps they land on his side. But at the end of the day, the momentum pushed him forward and the free kick was fine. This one's quite an interesting one. Joel pays a trip, and if you actually slowed it down, he more slips over. And does he go below the knees? It's debatable. But again, if we're on the side of the ball player, no one's going to lose any sleep at all. And of course, dangerous tackles are one of the key focus areas. And so you want to watch out for anyone that's not tackling properly and make sure they're penalised, at least with a free kick. So just no need to swing her around like that. You want to get in there and control that. Happy with just a free kick there. It's not severe force to the ground. But if you did want a yellow card, then so be it. Same here. Coming up, it's just a unnecessary sling. That's probably more yellow card worthy than the other one. But we need to at least pay a free kick. Keep working hard to see if a tackle is legal. Protect the ball player if not. And the last message, know the holding the ball rule and have the courage to pay it when necessary. All right. Any questions or comments on any of that?
Hey, Cole, just remind us with dangerous tackles, did you want us to message you if it's a yellow card, or if it's only a red card is when you want to know?
Well, yeah, obviously I need to know if you've red carded something. What I need to hear from you is if you've given a yellow and you want to upgrade it.
Yep, cool.
And that could be from, so I had a really good one on the weekend. Rob McKay, you're on the line. You want to just run us through what happened in your B grade game at Kernel Gardens?
Sure. You got me?
Yep.
Yeah, I was umpiring with Liam Benning. It was a game which had sort of been one-sided all day. There had been a great contest between the team that was doing well, full forward and full back. They were both rather large lads. And about the last 10 minutes of the game, one of the lighter attacking players of the team that was winning quite well got tackled by that full back. And he actually, it was a tackle that you looked at it and you went, yeah, that's a dangerous tackle. I was number 2. Liam paid it and gave a yellow card instantaneously. And the guy went off and I was fully supportive of that. And then as the game concluded, we both consulted each other at the end of the game. And we were having a chat about it, and I said to Liam, you know, I seem to remember, I think it was one of John Kernahan's emails that he sent out, the update where he sort of outlines the criteria of dangerous tackle. And I seem to remember there are a series of things that he listed, and I said to Liam, I said, if you look at that tackle, he lifted him off the ground, he slung him around, and he drove the body into the ground. You know, that's 3 of those 5. You know, we really should upgrade this. So that's when we called you, Cole, and we discussed the whole situation. Again, the player got up. He wasn't injured. He took his kick. It was a circumstance where the guy was lighter and, you know, naturally the tackle was a strong tackle. But at the end, we just felt that we had to upgrade it. You talked us through that process. We had you on speakerphone. You were comfortable with everything we did. You then informed us to go and speak to the club. So we did. The one thing that we did learn through that was we went and saw the club official, and they were really good about it. But he got a bit exacerbated and went, there's another $500. And that was one part we weren't aware of, was that with the red card comes a fine to the club, or so this guy outlined to us. So that was the process. And Colin, to be perfectly honest, it worked really well.
Yeah. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for running us through that. So yeah, if you have any queries, whether you want to upgrade or not, just give us a call. At the end of the day, it's up to you guys whether you want to upgrade. Same with upgrading. If you want to have a look at a video, it's up to you whether you want to upgrade it. I'm not going to go look at all your dangerous tackles and trying to work out which ones we upgrade. It's up to you guys if it is on video, whether you want to upgrade it. And as I've said over and over, we only upgrade for dangerous tackles because they can be difficult to judge at the time. If you see a strike, you don't just give a yellow and then ring after to say I want to upgrade it. Really, at the end of the day, the red cards for most offences need to be given at the time. And if you don't red card, it's up to the club's end to complain and or put in a complaint or an investigation. So yeah, thanks, Rob. That was a good discussion point.
Just one other point. My dog had 5 little puppies, little cavoodles, so they're for sale. If anyone's keen, let me know.
Oh, how cute. What type of dog are they?
Cavoodle. So I was up all night on Friday night.
Is that a type of
It's half King Charles Cavalier, half miniature poodle.
Oh, fantastic. What's the going price?
You don't want to know. It's about $4,000. So
$4,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Each. Jeez.
Yep.
Very cute. All right. So you could be umpiring all year to pay for one of those. If anyone wants.
That's all right.
Nice. Thanks, Rob. I'm not sure you're going to get your takers from that, but cute looking pup. All right. Anyone else before we wind up? All right, guys. It'd be a really good training night this Wednesday night with the AdFL umpires out. Last year we had a terrific turn up, and I hope again this Wednesday night. Umpire Association's doing their bit to put on the barbie, etc. So I hope to see you out there this Wednesday night, and keep up the good work. We've started well the year. We need to keep our standard up. I think I couldn't ask any more of the group so far. You've done tremendously well. All right, cheers, guys.
See you, Carl.